Hey guys, thought I'd just do this little quick video today on what to do with all your amazing ideas. At the moment, a lot of people I've been speaking to have been saying their mind is just really awash with a lot of ideas, myself included. And what I find is if you don't use them in a constructive way, they seem to just sort of plague your consciousness all the time and sort of tend to drive you a little bit crazy and keep you a little bit sleep deprived, because if you're not using those ideas in a constructive way, then they will play out unconsciously while you're sleeping. So sleep deprivation is a really good indication that you're not using those, hey Luke, how are you? That you're not using those ideas in a constructive manner that's helping you. So with ideas, they're usually little bits of information from your unconscious mind that's dropping in to let you know, hey, this isn't just a simple thought, especially if it's playing over and over and over and the theme keeps reoccurring. Then it's not just a simple thought. It's actually about a little message that's been provided to you to give you some insight on maybe that you're on the right path, or to give you insight on what the next step is. So listen to those thoughts that come in. They are little bits of unconscious information that's been provided to you, whether you want to see it's been provided to you from the universe or your higher self. They are there as indicators of the very next step, what to do. Now, if you're unsure what to do, even though you have all of these ideas, is to take them from being in your head. An idea, when it first appears, it will play into your mind, into your logic mind, and you start thinking about it. Then what's the next step to do is to allow that thought to actually come down from your mind and bring it down into your heart, and allow yourself to feel what that thought feels for you, how it makes you feel, what you could do with that thought, the people you could help, how you could help yourself and your family. But it's all about taking it from the conscious and bringing it down into your heart to allow yourself to feel it, because we feel the world, we don't think about the world. And then once you've moved it into there, then it's a matter of looking at, well, how can you turn it into something that's actionable? What can you do with that thought to move it from being a thought into turning it into something that's based on a reality? And so then the next step to apply is, well, what are all the little tiny steps that would go into making that thought become your reality? And you just simply just write them down. Just get a whole heap of post-it notes and just brain dump ideas and concepts on how you could turn all of those great ideas into actual reality. And then once you've done that, then you can look at, well, what's the very first step that you could do to start making it? Because usually with lots of ideas, there's usually plenty of steps that come with that. So look at what's the very first step that you could do, and just start doing that one step. And then once you've done that one step, move on to the next step, and you'll find that little bit by little bit, you'll be finding that you can start turning ideas into reality. And that's what this year is all about, is being brave and being bold enough to run with these ideas, see where they take you. It's not always about what the outcome is. The outcome is whether you just simply give yourself the opportunity to just go and trial a whole heap of different things and see where they end up, because you just don't know when you think about ideas. Where you can end up is completely be in a very, very different direction. So give yourself the opportunity to just expand and allow yourself to just have some fun while you're doing that, because it's not always supposed to be about scary. Some of these ideas are supposed to be fun, like, you know, like I know when I worked on radio, it scared the living daylights out of me, but the element about it was that it was fun. Everything's not supposed to be about it being serious. And it's about working with what works for you. And that's really different, because it's not always about hustle, hustle, hustle. Sometimes it's simply about working with the flow of what works for you. So turn those ideas that you have and find ways that you can bring them into your world, have a little bit of fun, and learn, grow, and develop as you go along, because not all the time are we given the steps. So if an idea pops into our head, we aren't always privy to getting the next 10 steps so that we can map it out. Sometimes all you're supposed to do is just take that one step. Just take that one step and see what appears for the next step, and then evaluate it from there, and then move on to the next step. Because if you plan out the first 10 steps of every single idea, you could rob yourself of having a lot of fun and being really open to lots of other different ideas and suggestions that may pop into your head as well. And you'll usually find that you have more than just one thought. It's usually an accumulation of themes. So that theme could be, if you wanted to try starting up your own little business, it could be trialing to eat differently. It could be trialing new friends or experimenting with new courses as a way to learn and grow. So you'll find that these ideas are actually appearing in themes. So just have a look out to see what the theme has been presented to you, and then see how you can implement that into your everyday. Hey Lee, hey Shay, and see how that you can turn ideas into actionable steps that are supposed to be fun. One of my greatest values is to have fun. If I find that I'm not having fun with what I'm doing, then, hey Tanya, then I find that that really seems to upset my flow, because it's important that one of my values is to have fun, is to be aware of what makes you, you. So learning and understanding what it is that makes you tick. So if you go and try something, is fun an element that's got to be important for you? So when you think of the next step to do, does it have to have fun? Does it have to have determination? Does it have to have discipline? Does it have to have courage? Look at what some of the internal growth things that you need to do for yourself when you do these next steps, and look at what are some of the things that you could do to learn to grow those skills, which again, just as simply, it could be fun. Because as I said, if with all of these ideas that are popping into your head, if you don't use them constructively, they will invade your unconscious mind, which is sleep. So if sleep deprivation is happening for you, it's a really great indication that you are not utilizing all of these ideas, because the idea pops into your head and it creates an energy within your body, and then by doing and creating an action is a way that your body gets to constructively utilize the energy that comes with that idea. So if you find that you might also be a little bit cranky, that can also be another indication that you're not actually applying these ideas into something that you could make become a reality. They're not always supposed to be so that we become super successful or we're super awesome at it. Sometimes the whole purpose of ideas and experimenting with different things is to simply allow yourself to be able to grow. And that you can never put a price on whatever it is that will enable you to grow. And you just don't know what you'll learn by experimenting with different things. So go out there, have some fun, turn these ideas into actionable steps, and just give yourself the element of just trial and error, and just experiment and see what comes up for you, and allow yourself to just have some fun along the way. So thanks guys, I hope you have a really great day. Let me know what ideas might be popping up for you. And if you find that maybe you might get a bit stuck with what you're supposed to do with them, hey, send me a message and I'll be happy to help you along the way. And if you think this video might help someone, please, by all means, go ahead and share it. So thanks guys, have a great day, and I will see you in the future.